nothing. Everywhere you pass, they wall chanting. Hey, hey, what we want, what we go get. I'll go in the street, doctor tell kept for all. Stamp out corruption, like policy. Photons come and gone, ain't seen nothing yet. So with Israel Bruce, we cut him loose. With Israel Bruce, conquer Israel Bruce. We cut him loose. With Israel Bruce, ziggy diggy diggy dingy dingy. Israel Bruce, we cut him loose. With Israel Bruce.
Thank you, Masters of Ceremony, Chairman, Brother Addison Bash Thomas. President of the New Democratic Party, Honorable Godwin Friday and Mrs. Friday. Vice President of the NDP, Major the Honorable Sinclair Leacock and Mrs. Leacock. The Honorable Roland Patel Matthews and Mrs. Matthews. Other executive colleagues of the NDP, Brother Tyrone James, Sister Lavon King. I almost said Phillips. The Lavons are really taking me by storm now. Lavon Phillips, Lavon King, Lavon Velox. You have so much Lavon, you have to pause now to call the right surname. Executive members of the South Central Windward Constituency Division, members of Team Bruce 2020, brothers and sisters from around the constituency who are present here tonight, those of you who are following us live in Facebook land, both at home and abroad, a pleasant good night to each and everyone. That's the best good night you have? I said a pleasant good night to each and everyone. That's your good night. I know that my colleagues in Eastern Tortola, in Castries, St. Lucia, in St. John's, Antigua, and other capitals across the Caribbean have asked me to big them up, so I'm bigging up my friends across the region. My friends, before I delve into the very substance of what I want to talk to you about tonight, I guess in military term, my friend Major Sinclair Leacock would call this a shot above the brow. It's called a warning shot. Yes, Major? I want to send a warning to those who came into South Central Windward on Sunday and decided that their role is the role of the hatchet men. I want to tell them tonight, if you come good, you're going to meet me good. And I'm not telling you the other half of that. So those who come into the constituency, whether from East St. George or North Central Windward, and believe that they have plantation ownership style and want to come and sling mud in South Central, if you go down in the mud, I'm coming down in the mud to meet all you. So those who are keeping their dignified silence and come to South Central to open the mouth, when they want to run the mouth of Israel Bruce, answer the questions on Yogi Farrell. You hear me tonight? That is my first shot across the brow. Don't mess with me. I'm leaving that tonight because you continue with it and it's going to be shot for shot because I'm not backing off. Let's deal with substance. Because my young friend, Alfina, inspirational as she was tonight, she said to us quite nicely that she rather truth over lies, and she rather a future over failure. So let's put that bit of distraction to the side and focus on truth, and let's focus on the future. I want to say something else. You saw the forerunners from the constituency tonight. Michael Johnson, Michael Sen Israel, Alfina Jacobs, and after I am finished, you'll see another young woman, Rosanna Maloney. All four of them, very young, capable, and talented citizens of South Central Windward. I am making a statement, Major Leaker. So when they say that young people not following the NDP, I am making a statement here tonight that this New Democratic Party has scores of young people who understands that this party has a vision for the future of the young people of this country. My friends, I shall consume myself as the parliamentary representative of South Central Windward upon the completion of the next elections. I shall consume myself on ensuring that these young people you see here tonight and the other thousands who are out there in the constituency following via Facebook or getting the reports from their friends, you know that I am committed with Dr. Friday and the rest of his team to ensure that our first priority upon assuming government is to create meaningful jobs for the young people of the constituency of South Central Windward and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Our second and the third priorities will be job creation. When we launched our campaign headquarters in South Central Windward, I sought to explain to my friends the whole subject matter of crime. And I understand that it has rubbed some people wrongly. So now they're making it their stump speech to suggest that Israel Bruce is not supporting young people getting assistance to start small businesses. I want to make an absolute statement tonight that that is perfect rubbish. Because I am supporting young entrepreneurs throughout South Central Windward and across the constituency of South Central Windward and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. You can't have any doubts about it, you know. Because I went to see, during my visits, a young man, young teacher, talented young man, Humphrey. He's involved in trophy production, plaque production, screen printing, and the likes. And after I went and I spoke to him and I started to promote his work, Ketchup went behind me, went to the same place, and went to say, oh, I'm coming here to buy a few trophies from you. I am promoting young entrepreneurs in the constituency and this country. And I want it to be abundantly clear that you should not allow anyone to suggest to you that I am not in support of young people starting up their own businesses. I was making a fundamental point that as we deliver such programs, we must be very thorough. We must think it through, how we are delivering these programs so that they are effective, so that their desired outcome are guaranteed, those outcomes. And if you don't understand that basic fundamental point of accountability, then it is not my problem. But I want you to know that I am supporting it. I am supporting young people getting assistance to set up small businesses. I was supporting it then, I am supporting it now, and I will support it into the future. The only difference would be that I, along with the New Democratic Party government, will ensure that there are checks and balances to make sure that we account to the people of this country for the tax-paying dollar. So you heard me speak time and time again to addressing the issue of unemployment. And I'm going to camp there for a while because the creation of jobs is an important plank of our program going forward. Too often, I will engage young people and I'll ask, they'll say, well, I'm looking for a job. And my next obvious question as an employer will be, what can you do? And invariably, I will get a response, Brother Alan Cruikshank, anything. And I will say to them, but anything is not a job. What skill do you have? And they'll open their hands to me. I don't have a skill. What other qualifications do you have? And they'll fling their hands open again. So it says that in very many circumstances, we are at the crossroads. What do we have to do? We have to ensure that we provide the necessary environment for our young people to access the necessary skills. And so we talk about a skill bank development program. Even if I advance that program within the confines and within the context of the constituency of South Central Windward, it will be replicated across St. Vincent and the Grenadines, having been assigned ministerial responsibility for youth and youth development. I've made the point that these young people will be exposed to artisans across the constituency. So the Wallace Maloney in Lauders, the Brian Dorset in Mount Grennan, the Jason Villarreal in New Grungs, the Renzo Humphrey in Lauders, the Lennox Young, the Etsu Brown, and so on and so forth. We will use their skills right in the constituency, and they will impart the knowledge to our young people. So when I ask, what skill do you have? I will then hear, I am a trained plumber. I am a trained electrician. And of course, Jericho, I'm not leaving you out. I am a trained auto mechanic. And the training that I will demand would have to be of such a standard that it is certified to the CARICOM level, so that our young people can work both at home in St. Vincent and the Grenadines and throughout CARICOM. But having trained our young people, my friends, we can't just leave them there. So we then have to provide the necessary support mechanism to ensure that they're moving from one level to the other. Because you don't want to train the young people and leave them frustrated. And there is where the creativity, the suggestion of a constituency development fund will play a critical role in ensuring that as parliamentary representative, you can shepherd your constituency in the direction of job creation for all the young people in your constituency. In National Development Bank, I will support my colleagues in the capitalization of a National Development Bank to ensure that financial resources are available to support young people who wish to move from one level to the next. And I thank you, Sister Alfina, for having put your fingers squarely on the pulse of the Citizenship by Investment program. And let me borrow your slang, no bother with them, we not sell passport. My friends, the farmers of this country, the farmers of the constituency of South Central Windward, I say to you tonight that help is on the way. Do you hear me? I said to the farmers of the constituency of South Central Windward, Brother Alson Lewis and friends, help is on the way. Manager Blucher, help is on the way. And I don't mean COVID constrained help. I don't mean I will help you only in the time of disaster, only in the time of a pandemic. I am saying that the New Democratic Party believes firmly in the principle that a nation that can feed itself is a strong nation. Therefore, our farmers must know that with their new Minister of Agriculture, the Honorable Roland Patel Matthews, that we will take agriculture to higher heights. And I say to Minister Matthews, and I'm speaking into the future, so accept it, Minister Matthews. I, as one of your own Leeward man, I will not be taking it lightly when it comes to ensuring that my people in South Central Windward get all the help that they deserve. So I'm putting you on notice tonight. Election is around the corner, and only then you can see tractor going up to Fiddlewood Road. You think the farmers in Greggs are stupid? They are not. Elections around the corner, and after taxi men got COVID money, after cat men got COVID money, all these people got COVID money. And I am not saying anything is wrong in supporting these people. I am saying this to make a more fundamental point. If you read the budgetary presentation of the Honorable Minister of Finance for the years 2019 and 2020, my friends, you would find that the Honorable Minister led us down a path into believing that agriculture represents the cornerstone of the Vincentian economy. Fool attack, but no fool a listen. Because if the farmers of this country are the ones who you depend on to fuel the economic engine of this country, how come when the pandemic hit, in the face of an elongated drought, that the farmers were not the first person you called to the rescue? You know why? The farmers in this country are seen as voting cattle by this ULP administration. And I say to you that we in the New Democratic Party will look and make sure that we take care of our farmers. So in Kimakabru, where you need your roads, help is coming. In Caneland, where you need help with your road, I say to you, help is coming. In Tibiru and Ocean Wood, where you need help with your road, help is coming. So that farmers who are planting their Portuguese yam and the dashin in Tibiru could easily bring them out and enjoy themselves. Government change, and that which was roughly 12 feet of road in width roughly, and I might be underestimating the width. They have reduced them to narrow footpaths. Narrow footpaths. That is the extent to which this ULP government has committed atrocities towards the farmers of this country. And you wait until COVID-19 to talk about you're buying food so I could give out love box. And love box is my initiative. That is what you have to tell the people in account of your stewardship in 10 years, that the idea of love boxes came out of my genius and we should vote you back because of that? Well, thank you. Thank you to the young people of the constituency. They say no, and all who said no, I endorse your message and your position 100%. I need not repeat that the roads in our constituency are but the worst across St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I remember having to go into Kibakabru when we were distributing food baskets to the vulnerables in the constituency. And I was amazed going around that same Kibakabru road, Brother Alan. Again, that which was properly graded to allow for motorable roads, reduced to narrow tracks. You know what I saw about a week and a half ago? They're squaring it up again. Why? Elections are around the corner. So the people of Diamonds, you take them for fool and you think that you're going to hoodwink them because the elections are drawing near. But I say to the lovely people of Diamonds, do not be slaved to your history. Come out into marvelous light and see the joy of your political salvation. Leave the bondage of the Unity Labour Party and let's walk into marvelous political light. I followed on Facebook about a month and a half, 2 months ago. Young man from Bottom Lowmans. I felt his pains. You could have seen it. You could have felt it, that he was burning inside. You know what he said? Say, me a labor man. I yes, me support labor. But oh God, I watch the road. I felt for him. I don't mean to call the name of the Lord thy God in vain, but I'm expressing what that meant to that young man. I say to the people of Lower Lowmans, help is on the way. Because as part of my road repair program and road development network, the people of Lower Lowmans can rest assured that those of you who are living below Bishop Roman's church, all the way down to Google River, that I will ensure that under an NDP government, in the first term in government. So I'm telling you, I'm giving you timelines so you could mark me. And I want Major Leacock to hear me tonight too. Because, Major, if you're handling works, or Daniel Cummins, all you got tired to see me face in all the ministry. Good. Because I want the people of Bottom Lowmans, I want to say to them tonight that I will stand resolutely with you to make sure that you have your road widened to allow for vehicles to come, so that when Sister Leslie is not feeling well, when Sister Suzanne is not feeling well, we can call in the vehicle, you drive all the way down to Bottom Lowmans, span a bridge across the Google River to connect Lower Lowmans and Advantage Street, you drive up to Advantage Street, you into the main road, into Rescue Land. You will only do that for people because you know your responsibility as representative is to look out for the people. And that is my solemn commitment. I need not tell you that the other roads across the country will be addressed. My friends, I've addressed, as part of my 10-point plan tonight, the issue of job creation. I've addressed the issue of agriculture. I've addressed the issue relative to roads, networks, development, repairs, etc. When you next hear from me, I shall speak to you in detail on matters relative to the revival of sports and culture. I will speak to you also on matters relative to community development. I will speak to you on skill training in ICT. I will speak to you on matters of health care, a very important point. And I will speak to you on education for all, in addition to agribusiness for youth and what I call Yes South Central, youth entrepreneurship support in more detail. And I'll advance my agricultural program by talking to you about FAST, F-A-S-T, South Central WINDWARD, Farmers Assistance Support Program. My friends, I say to you tonight that help is on the way. Do not be fooled. Choose truth over lies. Select future over failure. Go to the polls on election day. Don't let nobody mamaga you. Don't let nobody buy your votes. Don't let them trick you. Drink the strong if they give you a drinking. Have a good time. Go to the polls. See the ballot. Look for the key. Look for the name of Israel Bruce. And do the wise thing. Do the right thing. Put your next X to the key. And the new Democratic Party. For too long, we have been in bondage in that constituency. I say to you, my friends, you're not going to be tied up anymore. It's time. It's time for you to go. Cut it loose with Bruce. I love you. Good night. Good night, everyone.